Hey ladies and gentlemen, how you guys been doing? So recently I actually saw my Dragon Bro Skylander post a tweet that was saying top 10 jokes that went too far, and there was a picture of a man, of a YouTuber that made a top 10 Pokemon list which didn't suck, and there was a Tauros in the middle of the video, which probably applies that the Tauros was about in the top 10. I mean, it was about in the top 5 Pokemon wish him for the Pokemon to not suck, which is mind-blowing. It's very misinformative. Do we say? I believe that's the right way of pronouncing it. And I kind of want to make this video also addressing why I think that way, and also why I've written down the reply that I've written down. I actually want to say and ask you guys if you're interested in doing some Showdown Pokemon showdowns with me. I would actually consider doing them on Twitch stream live, taking some challenges from people, but I cannot do 3DS, guys. I really can't, because 3DS I've actually sold. I still got my Pokemon Sun game at home, but that's about it. I'm also selling that because it's just a cartridge just standing there minding its own business. So it's still got a save file on there, and it's a European cartridge. So if you're interested in buying that, let me know in the comment section below, or just direct message me on Twitter. I would actually much prefer that. I got a direct message open on there, so you can easily do that if you're interested in getting my game. But what can I say about this? So there is so much wrong with this video, this top 10 list, but I first of all, I understand. So my reply was pretty much as expected. Anybody is casual when they put a Tauros in a list that starts with the word suck. But top 10 make views that people are after. Can't blame them, but I sure as hell disagree for Tauros in there. Again, to each his own, but thinking about it, Tauros could never be bad. No matter what you do in this newish generations. I haven't played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but from last time I checked, Tauros was never used, and I believe now it's like borderline 4 or something. But no matter the tier, here's the thing: Tauros is an exceptional mon. And while I haven't played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I did check it a bit, and I did play a little bit of Showdown. I still don't consider myself casual because I haven't played Pokemon for a long time, because I still got that feeling of how much stuff do, which is actually scary. I really know exactly the pinpoint when something is choice banded, when something is holding expert belt, and stuff of that nature, because I've been playing this game for so long in the past. Like 5,000 battles up until now. It was crazy. I started to actually develop this feeling of how much stuff do. I can actually imagine a scenario in the head of a choice banded Garchomp going against a specific mon, and what it can one shot and what it cannot one shot. Like a choice banded Tauros max attack can one shot a Sceptile coming in with moves like Return, for example. So yeah, basically you guys know what I'm saying. I've been playing this game for so much that I actually developed this, I don't know if you call it instinct, but a damage instinct. To know how much stuff do before they actually happen. You don't even have to, well, you don't actually even have to think. You just know. So yeah, I played this game a lot. And all it took me is just play a little bit, maybe a week, to get updated with the newest Pokemons, the newest Beast Pokemons, and kind of know where I stand, But anyways, this video is addressing Tauros because I want to dedicate this video to Tauros, as well as the shout out to the Twitch stream. If enough guys and girls and whoever is watching this is interested in me doing this, then I may consider it. And I'm gonna let you know, scheduleize it in advance so you guys will know when it happens, but only if there's gonna be enough interest. So be sure to let me know. Anyways, a reply from Chris was wonderful here. Dude, blah, blah. Dude, we so need you back in Pokemon. Which again, I cannot play 3DS, but again, I can do showdowns. I mean, there's nothing bad about some competitive. It is fast. I don't think about recording it, but I definitely would consider live streaming it. That I definitely would, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that once wanted to battle me, but never had this opportunity. Not talking all high and mighty, but I know there was a lot of people that used to watch me do Pokemons, and acknowledge the skills that I did achieve through the years of playing. So I like that idea to battle my viewers. But anyways, to Tauros. Let's actually talk about Tauros and why I do not agree with this guy called MN. What is that? TV? So some name that sounds more like a brand than a name, but to each his own. Basically, putting Tauros on the sucky list of top 10 when other Pokemon are very deserving of that spot, like Farfetch, for example, and so forth, it really showcases you're much casual. You didn't have time to really play competitive. And you don't have to go to tourneys or VGC to know that the Tauros is an excellent 1v1. There's like 6 versus 6, you're not gonna have a full team of Pokemon switching down to Tauros. Now the person said, don't use a special Tauros, and I disagree with that. Actually, the mixed set Tauros that he doesn't, cannot stab because of its paper, it's non-existing special attack, which I believe is 35 or 40, I believe. It still doesn't change the fact it's got sheer force and it's got fire blast, and that's enough coverage to have to basically stop the easy switches such as Fortress, Skarmory, Ferrothorn, Scizor, and those are all also 4 of the very common Pokemons. Fortress probably not as much anymore, but Ferrothorn is probably still quite used, and Scizor is always going to be very used. It doesn't matter if I'm updated with the newest games. Pretty sure this one applies. Scizor is an excellent mon. It always stay that way. But Scizor gets 2-shotted. Ferrothorn gets 2-shotted without the range support. And Fortress probably with Stealth Rock damage and Sturdy without heavy special investment into special defense is probably going to get 1-shotted. Skarmory also gets 1-shotted. And what makes this even more pretty is if they switch in and you predict the switches and go for a fire move, not only will you heavy dent them to a 2-shot, easy 2-shot on these guys, even Skarmory, I believe, special defensive, no, even special defensive I believe gets 2-shotted. I cannot seem to say if a max special defensive gets 2-shotted, but it should because of its HPs and all that great. Basically, it makes it 2-shot because you're not gonna risk Skarmory outspeeding you and roosting you, because Skarmory most definitely most of the time doesn't run max speed, and I believe even with no investment in Tauros speed and no nature that boosts its speed, it's still gonna speed a max speed Skarmory. So that really showcases how fast Tauros is. I believe it's somewhere around that. I believe, or maybe Skarmory outspeeded just by a little bit, but you have to run like a jolly Skarmory if I'm not mistaken, and most people aren't gonna play with that because they're gonna kill their most defensive poke, and Skarmory isn't the strongest Pokemon out there. Then again, they can run weak armor and so forth, so who knows, you can come up with that kind of situation as well. But those are not gonna take Fire Blast all that lightly. So basically, what makes Tauros stand out is his capability to play offense. It also gets Intimidate to play defensive side, and I use this Boo in the 4th generation. It was an excellent Pokemon with Rest and Sleep Talk, but it really shines when you use mixed set. Fire Blast is all you need from a spectrum of his move pool coverage. That's insane. It's got Thunderbolt, it's got Blizzard, it's got Fire Blast, it's got, as I mentioned before, it's got Ice Beam, like Surf. What doesn't this Pokemon have? But what makes this Pokemon stand out is sheer force ability that gives 30% more power to moves with secondary effect by negating its secondary effect. So that means if you go for Fire Blast and Fire Blast has got like 10% chance to burn, it basically will never burn. It will negate its basic secondary effect, but it will give him 30% boost, and that is a lot. Plus, if you're using moves with secondary effect, with Life Orb combination, Life Orb damage will not happen. So this is a great way to bluff your item as well. If people aren't too used to seeing damages and not being too up to date, which would mean somebody that isn't like me in the past, that know exactly how much stuff do, or at least to a certain specific percentage, then you can definitely bluff and play around that and maybe have like a, I don't know, like a choice bandit set, but then go for rock slide and again the flint chances, but still doing a lot of damage. But somebody's not gonna notice that there was life orb, so they may actually think it's choice bandit or something like that. But then again, the chance and the huge damage between it is pretty rough. Of a choice band rock slide and a life orb rock slide. Then again, you know, it can be done. It can definitely be done, and it makes this Pokemon also for a trickster. But then again, not much of a trickster as a wall breaker. Like, Pokemon do not switch onto this guy. It's got Earthquake as well, for God's sake. Like, rock types are not gonna like switching onto it outside if they're really defensive. Rhyperior, probably a very defensive one, can probably take 2 Earthquakes on the switch. But even that Pokemon is not gonna like taking 2 Surfs on the switch because of the 4-10 weakness, and even Solid Rock I don't think would make it survive. But then again, nobody's gonna use Surf. Nobody's that cool to use a freaking Surf in Tauros because there is no actual real sheer force boost. What I'm trying to say is that Tauros is an excellent mon. It's very hard to find switches. All you need to have is like Body Slam, you know, basically a Rock Climb or Earthquake, Rock Slide from its physical perspective. It's also an incredible coverage, or Zen Headbutt. But then from the special perspective, you can run Ice Beam for dragons. I believe it also gets Outrage, but Outrage is very, very risky and not the best move to run on it because the common resistances like Steel types and Fairy types nowadays that are completely immune to it. Outrage used to be so incredibly powerful in the 4th generation. But then fairies came. No, actually, unstab outrages aren't best. They have to be stabbed on top of it all. Also, you know, just having that and just having a special set like a fire blasting one, or if you want to run something like Ice Beam, who knows. Basically, Tauros is an excellent mon. It is an excellent mon, and I could never see this Pokemon in any top 10 list suckage with especially with the real Pokemon that are really bad. Like, even if your list is wish they didn't suck, Tauros can never suck. For which tier he is in, he's the epitome of fear. This Pokemon has got so little switches to come in. You're not gonna have a 6 team and half of the Pokemon were easily gonna switch in. There's never gonna happen because Tauros hits like an absolute truck. You really are gonna need to truly think when switching onto this mon. So that really showcases it. It's brutal. It is brutal. And to have this Pokemon on any list wishing it was better and it sucked really showcases you're very casual and you didn't use this Pokemon enough. Because at some point we used all these fully evolved Pokemons and we face all these fully evolved Pokemons. In Tauros, its speed and its, you know, decent enough attack stats, but its sheer force ability really makes him stand out. It really makes him powerful, and while its stats overall, I believe its special defense, just talking on top of my head, is 70. Its defense is 90, I believe, which is very decent. Its HP is 70, I believe. Again, just talking on top of my head, 100 attack and 110 speed. Basically applies Tauros is, overall stats wise, isn't the most impressive. But its abilities, I believe it also gets Angry Point, which can run with Sop, but you gotta get lucky. And then after that, it's just gonna be ruined for everybody that can outspeed you. If you get critted, of course, +6, it's over. But basically, this Pokemon is on a new tier when it comes down to this lower tier Pokemon. Because it was NU, guys. NU. For the NU, Tauros is just fear-worthy. It is a threat. And to have him say it sucks and you wish it was great, what exactly would you want to change in Tauros? That's my question, because Tauros already has an incredible ability, incredible arsenal move pool, which makes him apply that his ability will not get wasted like some Pokemon have. With Share Force, some Pokemon are actually wasted in move pool. I cannot seem to say exactly which Pokemon is the biggest candidate for this to really change, but Tauros is not one of them. And it's a pure normal type, which has its benefits and ups and downs, but its pure normal type is the reason why his coverage is incredible, because normal types are known for having incredible coverages, incredible move pool. And it makes Tauros play even a defensive one, which I wouldn't imagine a defensive one being the best in 7th generation, just because it's so offensive. It became so offensive with the 5th, it became so offensive with the 6th, with the horses, especially with the 5th. But Tauros, again, just seeing this Pokemon in any list that say it sucks is doubtworthy, to say the least, and most definitely misinformed on the creator's part. But again, their own list and top 10 sales views, you know, they do this stuff and they actually want to make it driven, probably driven the comment section for the people that are competitive to say what the hell is Tauros doing in here. But you know, it is what it is. You cannot blame them. You know, everybody does this for different reasons. Some do it for a complete job. Some people take it as a job and hobby in the same time. And some people enjoy it. I'm not saying he doesn't. He probably does. You know, I cannot deny and I cannot bash on the person making this video, but I can talk about Tauros from my personal experience and say that he is definitely one of the better ones in the lower tiers. You know, now I'm not saying OU. He doesn't have to be OU to be incredible. You know, he is also incredible as he is now. So yeah, that's what makes Tauros stand out for me. So yeah, that's basically the video. Again, guys, if you want to see me do Twitch streaming Pokemon Showdown, I actually want to get involved. Yeah, I could say a bit casual that I am now because I don't play Pokemon. So, but I still know my stuff. So I'm not that casual. So I'm still ready to be, you know, to kick some ass and, you know, get some, you know, to get beaten down a bit, so I can learn a bit and then kick some ass some more. So yeah, so guys, again, if you want to see me do this stuff on Twitch stream, let me know and we may consider you know, kicking a notch up there and whatnot. Have a great rest of your day, night, whichever time is you're watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care of yourself. Tauros is a beast, and I hope they're gonna make a mega evolution of a Tauros that's gonna be fire normal. Just imagine. I mean, fire normal. Give him a booster special. Then people are gonna start shutting up. Anyways, guys, take care of yourself. Peace.